alafu kuna kitu moja tulifind out. Kumbe kila town bado iko na the wale wasichana usiku. You know, the fryer. You know, they are hanging around the dudes and you go like, wait a minute.
Mwanzo nikadua because I was like, sijaona the time. And 5 minutes were not even on. At the time, the sheet hit the what? The fan. And we started wearing the panties. God was on our side.
But guys, something to remember is that in all those towns, kulikuwa na a must. In every small town,
that's a weird thing about
it's very weird that every hata town iko na Manyata ungepata must ya network hapa.
Exactly.
That will very has network.
There's a few interesting things about Turkana I noticed. Number one was that fact that in every small little town they have telecommunication masts. Like literally kwa kila small hata kai kuna duka tatu kuna telecommunication mast. The other thing that I found quite weird was that there was actually flowing rivers in Turkana, and that was like at the height of the dry season. So I got to ask myself, how come these guys always claiming there is no water in Turkana? I think it's just a fallacy.
But also the fact that you can see there's water, but the land just next to the water
is absolutely dry.
It's totally
dry. Just a good example is where we had the slides.
Yes,
there was a lot of water, and that place runs. That water we just ran through the year. You see, and then it's a lot of water. By the way, it's a lot of water. Then you just find that it is flowing up to almost a kilometer, more than a kilometer.
Then
but suddenly it just disappears. Inaingia chini na ardhi na kunywa maji, and then wanasafa na maji, hata hawana maji ya kunywa, and you are like, you guys,
you just wonder. It's
mnasemanga Ukambani kuna kuanga na shida ya maji, lakini those guys
what is gold?
What is gold?
Because unakumbuka kuna mahali kwa tunasimamishwa, wamama wakiona gari inakuja wanaanza kutuonyesha hivi like, unaona hao watu they just need water, na unaona kabisa mito yao ija drain, bado iko na maji, but they don't know how to get water from those.
Actually hiyo place hata bedui kitoka, I think it was we were heading up to Achas Post. Kuna mali watoto walikuwa wanafanya hivi chupa, but you can look, ewasonyiro is just next.
Yes.
Just
so you're wondering what's up. I think we could also probably speak about the most surprising things. Maybe there's a few things I got surprised about. Number one, when we were in Laisamis, there was the toilets. You know, they had like pit latrines. Penye tulilala, those pit latrines. Hey guys, I want to go pit latrines. Just to find that it's full of bats. Like literally, popo ameja like full. It was like scary as hell. Like Miss Diona kituka hiyo.
Na ni mchana.
Like
si usiku.
Ni mchana tu. Like kumejaa tu popo tu. So that was one very surprising thing.
Inside the toilet.
But the inside the toilet.
Another surprising thing, and a very surprising thing, was there's a lot of like, you know, those areas, in as much as it's very remote, bado miadarati inafika. Ukitaka miraa, iko fresh. Ukitaka pombe, iko fresh. Lakini chakula na baridi.
Tena baridi.
You get cold beer. You know those places, but ask for food and then you wonder. Now that hiyo ni kitu nishangaza sana, because how come like miraa inafika aje huko so easily. Another thing that I found pretty surprising about the area was that the towns are just full of men. Like it's rare to find women in town. Like especially Loyangalani was just like probably 90% of men. So for every anafu kuna kitu moja tulifind out. Kumbe kila town bado iko na the wale wasichana usiku. You know, the fryer. So one of those days I think we caught Mandea fish usiku. Oh yeah, that's something maybe also another interesting fact. But sasa tuliendea fish usiku. So kurudi tukamwacha tafuta place na by maji, there was no place that was open. So we just tukamua wacha tuingie kwa club tuangalie. Kuna mayens. Na actually, you know,
how were they dressed?
Well, I can't remember exactly how they were dressed. I don't know. Lewis, do you have?
No,
they were dressed not.
Just short dresses, you know.
Normally they
not very short, like Nairobi.
Yeah, not like in Nairobi, but according to their culture,
like
they were short.
Now you know they are hanging around the dudes and you go like, wait a minute. So
people
that was
wonder
something surprising.
Hata ukisikia hata venye wanaongea language tu ni kama ile tu ya Nairobi.
By the way,
Ni kama wanaenda shule.
I don't think they are locals. I don't think they are locals. I think maybe
then there's another
See, they said nini wako. There are many tribes. Loyangalani has.
There is the
hata wakai wa huko.
Then
another light skin kwanza. Ni madem light skin brother, just so you know. Na huko kupara dem light skin kidogo ni so I don't know.
But when you're in South Hall, usually the South Hall.
Hey, South Hall. Kuna mahali tulienda tukapata kadem fulani kanaanda mahamri. So mwanzo nikadua because I was like sijaona the type, you know.
Yes, it's
just in Nairobi where we find such. Now this is a very remote area and you know guys, I almost shoot a shot.
You
want shot your shot.
You know, I almost did it. And no, there's another thing about
shida tulikuwa tunasaidiwa.
Tulikuwa tunasaidiwa. So aungeuliza vitu zingine because ungepata msaada. Anyway, there's another bit.
Where you are sleeping.
Grunit. Grunit. Actually, I think we should baptize that name and call it 1,000 bob. We should baptize that town Grunit and call it 1,000 bob.
Kila kitu
Guys, this is the thing. Huko ndiko tulipotezea funguo.
So
tukipata soja atuangalie gari hata kama ni 1 hour anaitisha 1,000. Now tukipata mtu wa nduthi atupeleke kule kwa slide kwenye tunaenda kutafuta funguo.
Hata si mbali.
Na si mbali, it's just somewhere you can just walk within a very few minutes you are there. Anataka dhao. So, unaitisha kitu maybe kutoka hapo kwa soko, ikuje mahali na hapo kwa camp, jamaa wa nduthi anakuja dhao. So I was like kwani kitu hapa kila kitu ni dhao.
Hata kuchinjwa mbuzi.
So
hata kulala.
Dhao. So guys, I think hiyo katao tunafaa tukaita
1,000. The least denomination they deal with is 1,000.
Just 1,000.
Why teach do anything? Ni dhao. Nothing else.
Prepared to grenade with 1,000
thousands too.
for everything.
Unapaswa kuwa na bundle ya 1,000. Hata mtu ni dhao tu. Hapo ukifika kwa kupeana services itisha tu dhao tu.
Nilipata kuku ya less than dhao.
Ya kuku
nayo tulibagei. Lakini jua kama umefinya bado ilikuwa imetishwa dhao. Ilikuwa dhao.
Lakini hapa kuna watu wanajua kabiashara kidogo. Ulimi wao wakikuongelesha kidogo maze unahurumia mpaka unashusha bei.
The other thing I think lakini we also need to appreciate that Turkana fish was really nice and cheap.
Yes.
Like
sio samaki wewe tukienda pale wakalosi hiyo samaki tunaipata.
Hiyo ni samaki ya like 2,000. Nairobi samaki ya Turkana ni so 2 so 3.
Yaani samaki wewe mwenyewe huwezi maliza ukiwa peke yako.
Hata mtu wawili.
Huwezi hata mkiwa watu wawili mnaweza kula lunch na pia mkule dinner jioni.
And it's fresh from the lake.
Yes, very fresh.
Fish fillets 400 package.
Na bado tulikuwa tumegongwa. That was tourist price. Turkana price of fish is really cheap. The other thing that surprised me is that the price of basic commodities sometimes is actually the same. Like tulipata unga ya Kavagara, tulipata ile ile soko. And the price was just like
ilikuwa tu mia package.
Alafu pia hata nyanya in Loyangalani tomatoes were literally the same price as Nairobi. Actually kind of bigger even. They were bigger, they were like really humongous. So that I wondered, that was really surprising. I don't know. Alafu kuna upepo ya asubuhi kila Loyangalani was windy. Like asubuhi utakuwa unasikia ni kama nyumba inataka kuenda. It was really windy. Extremely like the wind was boisterous. Like,
yes. But also you can understand
God for the wind.
Yes.
Joto nayo.
The funniest thing about hiyo joto, unaona ikishafika saa 10 wakati sasa jua inaenda kutua.
Jua inaongezeka.
So you are like sasa jua si ndio inaenda kutua. Sasa how come that badala ya kuwa na kabaridi kidogo it is now getting hotter.
In Loyangalani at midnight the temperatures were still 34 degrees Celsius. Yes.
Then
soda ngapi tulikunywa hapo? Kile mtu anasema
one of our biggest bills was soda bills.
Yeah, we almost took a whole crate of soda, guys.
Na zile dogo, ni zile dogo 1 liter.
Zile 500 ml.
So hot.
Na ni so We saw. But now guys, I think I was the leading. Walikunywa chupa
13
mingi.
ama 15.
They were 12.
12.
That one doesn't know. My friend. Mimi hata nilishangaa because I remember in about an hour I consumed 2.
Actually ilikuwa
I consumed 2. Na mimi sikuwa najua mahali zinaenda kidogo kidogo tunacheza game unaenda tu. So unajipata unakunywa kitu hakuna. So unaitisha unaangiza tu mhudumu anakuletea. Sasa wakati huo nilikuwa
kuna kitu kingine pia hata before msahau. Hoteli mzima hakukuwa na dem. Like from the waitresses.
No,
chef.
to the chef.
They were.
Misi kuona
The
dem.
people who were nini taking
Let's
care of
go
the
na-
rooms.
but they look
were
like
ladies.
tushushu.
No, they were not shushus. but
For real,
they are
kulikuwa na
more-
madem?
Yes, they
Yeah,
were
didn't
there.
see that.
However, when it comes to the waitresses, chef, all
Man-
were men.
Alafu manager alikuwa anakaa ni
Front
kama
office pia.
msewa kulisha ng'ombe pia. Tulifika na wala manager pia kuna kinyasa ya maniu na amekelea kiti miguu ya kiti na pia ako tu WhatsApp, you know. Na ndo manager hoteli na yeye pia cleaner pia kwa hapo kando na msawaka mkono. Like huko like think life is so relaxed.
Yeah.
You remember wakati ulianza kushikwa na shida ya tonsils. Na dawa huo unaipata Nairobi. And then we were like utaipata huko.
Utaipata huko.
But-
Then kwenda
They will
there's
say-
actually there.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
What was the next
So
one?
kwenda kuangalia
There's this medicine called
Azithromycin.
no, azithromycin ilikuwa, but there's this medicine that I was told so that when you get tonsils, it's not, you could do azithromycin is an antibiotic.
Yeah.
So if you keep taking antibiotics, you become resistant. So there's this medicine, I think it's called PSP, and it's very cheap actually. Very cheap. No, ukichukua tonsils, just go. So me, I didn't think by any chance. Sasa hizo dawa nilikuwa nimeacha, I had carried them in my car, but now when we left the car like Trukana,
Yeah.
so now kufika huko mimi nikapiga zile masoda tu kawaii. Hapo nikaanza kufeel tu ma signs kwa umbali. So the next day I woke up starting to feel zile signs. Oh, nimechoka exist. Then ndo nika realize wait a minute. Hii kuchoka si kuchoka. It's actually tonsils that are starting to attack me. So nikana hapo kwa center and surprisingly I found those medicine which was really surprising.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys found interesting?
yes about Turkana now the lake. Unaweza pitia leo hapa kwa hii barabara
Exactly.
when the water levels goes up
Yes.
unakuja unapata
Yeah.
barabara imekwisha. So
Yeah.
tinga sasa zinaanza kutumia na hizo tinga ni za the
Turkana wind
lake.
power.
Yes, the
With
wind
that,
power.
by the thanks to those
So
guys.
thanks to those guys and they are really doing good
They are
job.
doing a
Yeah.
good job hapo by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
The villagers are really enjoying their services. So
So pia wameandika
unapata
watu wa huko.
wameandika watu wa huko wamekuwa considered sana because hao ndio wafanyikazi wengi wa huo mtaa.
Hata even the last day tukitoka tukiendea gari tulipata wamama wakiwa wanatoka huko
Yeah.
like tukana walikuwa wametoka kazi. So they are really
Na unapata wako na gari za kuwa transport. Na gari za kuwa transport. Haki hiyo kampuni ni mzuri.
That company,
Hao ndio watu
by
wenye
the-
wameajiriwa.
Yeah.
Hao ndio watu wenye
Big up to
wameajiriwa.
like Turkana Wind Power
Yeah.
Limited. Like that company is such a big help to the community. You hata tulisikia hata mama like the pregnant or the mothers want to deliver.
Anyone who wants help.
Yeah, help.
emergency.
Just call the company and they'll pick you up with their cars for free of charge. So I think they are such an impactful company in that area.
Hiyo kampuni ina act kama
Hiyo ndo life.
Hiyo ndio
Hiyo ndo
kama-
serikali.
hiyo kampuni kama ndio gavana yao. Hiyo kampuni ni kama ndio serikali yao. Yaani inaokoa kuliko hata hii serikali.
Sana.
And
And if you remember, guys, that is where we got our first car that towed us
Yeah,
from
from
Burunit
Yes.
Brunei, yeah.
to
Yes.
South of.
And it was free.
and they charged us
Free of
nothing.
charge.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That
And they were very patient.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
Another
Very patient.
interesting thing, the day you went to pick the car,
Yeah.
they gave us what?
Oh, some fuel, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yes.
gave us
Yeah,
fuel.
for
They
free.
Was it a 20-liter jerrycan?
20-liter
20 or
jerrycan,
something.
yeah.
Free.
Free.
So they big up to this guy called Benjamin. Big up to the other guy. What was his name again? The mechanics who came to help us. What was their name?
Olo.
That guy. And those guys came through.
And the kadere, and the dere.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Or something else interesting or surprising. Mosquitoes. Like hapo kwa lake. I think Eli did not put a
You are
video
not there.
Yes, I'm not there.
you should put that
Yeah,
video. Like literally, it was like musical. Like a musical.
Yes,
They were
mosquitoes.
buzzing.
So many mosquitoes.
They
Like
were buzzing like bees.
yes.
And then
Yeah, sure.
Theo and Lewis were like,
Nanyuki na zoko.
what's that sound? And then I was like, it's mosquitoes.
And we were saying no.
No, it can't
was
be
a no.
mosquitoes.
How?
Only to light our torches.
And then the entire sky. is mosquitoes.
You are just seeing things like this, eh?
Like mosquitoes na kugonga papa
Zinakugonga and then they like lights, eh?
Yeah.
Wakiona tu hata motorbike inakuja tu nduthi imeakisha tatu. Zote zinakuwa zimejaa hivyo. Sasa ndio unaona vizuri. Na unasikia sauti yenye iko my friend.
But it's also surprising because kwa room hazikuwa na mosquitoes.
Yeah, kwa room there was no mosquitoes.
There was mosquitoes.
But at the lake the mosquitoes were
Yeah, and it is barely not more than 2 kilometers even.
Yeah, it's not even 2
Yeah.
kilometers. That was pretty surprising.
That was surprising.
Then I inquired from the villagers, wenye wamesettle karibu na the lake. So unapata watu ile maji wanaogea pale ndio bado wanakunywa. Ndio bado wanakunywa. And then another funny thing, ndio maji hiyo wanakanyaga, wanaenda wanaoga, alafu at the same time ndio maji nywa wanakunywa. Now, there is another thing. Guys, mimi sijisikii hivi. Mimi ni Mkamba lakini sijaiona hivi. Yaani tunachinja mbuzi vizuri na sisi wanaume ndio tunafaa kuwa tunakimbizana na maini. The industries. Now you are told hao watu wamekuchinjia lakini wanaume hawafai kunguza things.
But they men don't eat matumbo and the women don't eat, is it?
Men don't eat the matumbo, the intestines. Hata kunguza, kusafisha hawafai. Hizo ni vitu za wamama na kama uko mtaa huna wamama unapata zinatupwa.
So imagine if your wife slaughters a goat and you're not around as the husband, she's supposed to take to the neighbors
the liver.
she should not eat.
Yes.
And akikula by the way maybe ni kesi ya elders akadiwe chini.
Nakumbuka walituambia wamama huko ndio wanafaa kula the intestines na pia wanafaa kunywa maziwa. Like now men don't drink milk. They don't drink milk. Sasa what they do wanakunywa tu damu ya hizo nini?
Damu ya hizo ng'ombe.
So we're like, what kind of culture is this?
The manager at Gurunit also told us, Camp Doto is where we were camping. Alituambia that they tried to bring cereals to us huko Roadtrip. Zikaka hapo na lorry for so long because the guys thought hiyo ni chakula ya wanyama. Like huko hivyo guys don't do atio jae, minji. Those are foreign things over there. Huko that for all men is just blood and meat. For women now intestines, milk.
Yes.
Kaput. That's the end of it. I don't think there is much food that they also take from there.
Also something surprising that I saw in that place is that niliona DSTV kwa Manyata.
By the way, niliona DSTV kwa Manyata. When I heard it was
Nakuuliza inafanya kazi. Inafanya kazi.
By the way.
Inafanya kazi.
Maybe someone just found a dish and they don't know what to do.
Wasike kipindi.
Imeandikwa. Inawaka.
And then it looked very new. Very new.
Sure.
Very new.
So,
something else. Archers post na beggars. Hey!
And not just beggars.
They are like weird beggars.
They look like
wengine hata wanaoza na wako tu they wana beg
They're dirty.
Acha suppose
watu ni kama ndio walituletea swali ile
hiyo nuksi yetu ni kali
ni kama sasa hao ndio because wakati they came to our car we just did what tulifunga tu vioo and they started they was smelling na wakaanza kuongea vibaya unaomba alafu unaanza kuongea vibaya so we were like kwani hao watu and there were so many of them my friend 5 minutes were not even over. That's the time the sheets eat the what? The fan. And we started wearing the panties. Hey! We wore the panties, guys.
And the weird thing, there were other vehicles in the market, but they all came to our vehicle.
So we were like, why else?
So please, if you happen to stop over there,
maybe you just post me nikipitia but tena kuna kusimama hapa.
Hata mimi si simama just why should you? Wewe manza shughuli zako huko nyuma soko zenye ziko huko nyuma uende.
Kama ni gari simama huko mbele after time imeisha. Rudi mguu because those guys
hata kuna stage. Hata stage yenyewe imewekwa mbele hata huko.
Acha sport.
And you notice acha sport is where there is ewasonyiro where we come.
Yes,
it is just there.
Yeah, but that was one of the most beautiful camps I've ever been to. Very beautiful.
Ewasonyiro camps.
Lakini kama unaogopa crocodiles, hiyo pia tuliambiwa active crocodiles.
But wangetufanyia nini? Sisi hatukuwa kwa maji, tulikuwa just
by the shore.
By the shore.
Walisema ni sawa kuogea kwa mto.
So tulisema
we also remember these guys showered from the river. These guys showered.
We too tuliamua now that kulikuwa na queue sana pale kwa bathroom. And then we were even getting late. So tukapiga hesabu and then maji ilikuwa imeanza kutoka ni kama kamkojo kapusi kapaka. So tukaanza kufikiria
what angalia mkojo paka.
Maze, maji inatoka kwa nini bathroom kidogo then tukapiga hesabu tukaona hapana. So mimi na huyu jamaa tukaamua no, the water was very very cold. You know, it was in the morning. But when ilikuwa inaonekana ikiwa muddy haikuwa hivyo. That was not the real color. It was still very clean. So mimi na huyu jamaa tukaenda tukapiga shughuli tukamaliza tukakuja tukaambia majamaa akasema how? Kuna watu watuchungulia. Kaambia no, huko hakuna watu hapo.
Yeah, actually for the ladies you wanted to try but
you see huyu jamaa ndiye aliwaambia hapa.
Maybe another day.
Yes.
The only thing ilikuwa natuchungulia kwa tu ni elephants na giraffes.
Yeah. But we are still animals like them, you know. Yeah, we just belong to kingdom and Malia.
Kwa bora ilikuwa natulia kasadosa. Kaenda kasadosa.
Sadoso.
Plus.
Please carry shower gels and not
shower gels. Hizo ndizo vitu za kutumia kuoga. Si sabuni acha.
And another fun fact.
Yes.
Never be late.
For campsite.
Nightfall isikupate tu at Archer's Post. The guy said it's so unsafe. Security wise, it's unsafe. As early by 6:37, the whole market just closed.
But also, guys, from our experience, you've noticed that it's good to always arrive camp early. For example, if you are able to reach 4-5, so that you can reach up, make your bonfire, cook. So that in the evening you can relax and then sleep early too for the next day.
You can also go set up the campsite first and then you go for the game drive.
Yes, not forgetting that Nimbali. And we don't have petrol stations there. We don't have filling stations there. So when you are going there, remember to carry what? Extra fuel. Yes, very important. Because they were telling us wanauza pesa ngapi? Especially the gourmet.
275.
That's a lot of money.
Nairobi your time fuel ni 170 sana.
170. So unapata wameongeza na almost 100 bob.
Yeah, sure. So for like us, we had to carry an extra 10 liters
from
jerrycan,
Nairobi. 20 from Nairobi.
That we bought from, I think it was China Square.
Yes.
So 5,000. And it was quite affordable, so you can check out for yours as well from China Square or any other source. But a must jerrycan ya mafuta you must have.
Not forgetting that kama haujabeba excess ama haujabeba manguo mengi, you're supposed to make sure umebeba nini.
Always carry extra clothes.
Guys, when we started our journey, nilikuwa na begi ngapi? Nilikuwa na mifuko 2. So mimi nilijua mahali unaenda, you know, anything can happen. Na unaachana na ile nguo yenye ulikuwa umevaa. Now you have to wear another. And it is just the same day. So mimi nilikuwa nimebeba nguo za kama like 10 days. And we stayed there for how many days? 12 days. So unaona mimi nilikuwa tu set. Mimi sikuwa na
the trip was initially planned to be 8 days. So
yes.
Trip by extra 4 days. So but let's first go back to any other surprising things that you guys saw in Turkana. Like something else that surprised you at all.
Surprising in Turkana.
Yes, the entire journey, like from
culture.
For
the
me,
culture.
Yes.
What about the culture?
Okay, me I was surprised that someone can actually die, but they have like 100s of log kettle. Because by the way, you could meet 2 skids.
Yeah, but
you can count their
ribs. Yeah,
that was so sad. It was so painful. But when you look the floor,
ng'ombe kama milioni.
100s. Mbuzi, kondoo, ng'ombe, and then you wonder like,
what are they for?
Why do they really want?
Then you remember wakati tulikuwa tunatafuta kifunguo, wale wazee walikuja wakipitia pale. They were going to the hills to check on their kids, because na pia their cattle. Si ni kweli? Because walituambia wanaenda sijui huko sijui kuna venye walikuwa wanaita the name so wanapanda huko kwa milima kwenda kuangalia watoto wao sijui na mifugo. So wazee wao wanalala nyumbani. Watu vijana walala nyumbani. Na usifikirie ni vijana wakubwa kama sisi. No. Ni tu vijana ambao tuko grade 3, grade 4 na huko hawatambui masomo because utapata they cannot go to school. Simply because ukiuliza wanakuambia kwa nini unijaenda shule, anambia si nilienda kulisha ng'ombe. So unapiga hesabu unaona guys.
And that's a very dense forest by the way. Like ni kichaka bin kichaka. Watu wametuma huko.
Na bado unasikia huko kunapatikana nini? Si kuna ndovu kwa wanasema
hata simba nini?
Kuna simba.
Kind of animals.
Something else guys that was very surprising for me. Hiyo siku tulikuwa tafuta key. So when we were going to look for the key, that was like on the second day of looking for the key, the community actually came to help us. And one thing I actually was surprised was how helpful they were. Like hata wamama walikuwa wanakuja tu. Like msee yote akikuja tunamuelewani hata lugha. Like I don't know, for some reason they would just come and start helping you. But now the surprising thing was kuna wazee walikuja wakatoa nguo tu kabisa, like an old mzee na mademu wako like they don't care, like wako tu like uchi wa mwenye like in their birthday suit hapo tu and everything is like 0-0.
But also hiyo kacha ya kusaidia, I think it was reflected all the way from Gurunit to Loyangalani Trukana. We actually saw that hata tukionyeshwa barabara tukiwa all the way in almost Chalbi, you could also see elements of that helping character. Yeah, helping character. People are not that rich, but people are really helpful. They are
lakini pia ukipata wale wa kuexploit
watakufinya.
They make use of that whatever very well. That opportunity, they are going to squeeze all the money they can from you. But actually there's also very good people. Kama mama wa Ngurunit walinitaka sana, like they came wakaingia huko kwa maji na msee tu alikuwa tu shughuli zake, akakuja wakatusaidia kutafuta key nini.
And to add on that, how helpful they were. For me, I was surprised that those guys are really optimistic and they have faith. They believe in God. So every statement wakimalizia, like when they help us but wanaona their time is going, they would say Mungu atawasaidia.
Exactly. Yeah. They were just blessed with those ones.
Yes. That's
kitu ingine mimi nishangaza. Kumbe Marsabit or rather huko Kalacha. I was thinking the Muslim religion should be the most dominant.
Yes.
Just to find out, actually there's more Christians
and
than Muslims.
Catholic is
Catholic is very dominant.
Na ukiangalia unapata there are buildings.
Sure.
There are buildings just local.
Hey, by the Catholic church is there.
And they are very beautiful.
Like
I think this guy is an architect and he confirmed that.
By their churches are not just unaona like huku hivi kawaida ukipitia kanisa tu inakuanga tu mabati hivi a square, lakini church za huko. Like the guys, I don't know who designs the churches, but they are really well designed. Like they have, if you're an architect, you know all about concepts and whatnot. That's how most of their church buildings or their religious building are. Like they are really well built with so much use of materials and whatnot. So that was for me really surprising.
I think also I noticed that was from Kalacha when you visited the old church.
Yes.
From there onward.
Even before Kalacha, there was still another church.
The first church we found it at around
after North or up good.
Yes, we were approaching North or
There was some
very beautiful
church.
Very beautiful
church.
Mwanzo ukiangalia kuna
Design.
walijenga hivyo alafu inapandishwa. Sasa unaangalia unasema
these guys
they did.
Yeah, so that was quite surprising. What else?
Unakumbuka sisi tumezoea mambo ya geta in Nairobi. Ama two places just
in cities.
Nairobi, you know, in cities. Now, can you imagine a place like Gurunit? A very remote
unaweza shikwa ngeta.
Wanakuambia usitembee peke yako. Na watu wenye wanakuambia hivyo ni watu wenye wanajua kabisa. Wanakuambia don't
try to walk alone. So apparently there is some guys called Warani which are like the Morans, and now because they don't have jobs, usiku kazi yao ni kuhanda wase. So when darkness just checks in, you also have to check out. You can't just be found walking aimlessly because of that bit of insecurity.
I think guys also we have to appreciate the fact that we passed through Marsabit and the road to Marsabit is really good.
From Marsabit coming back, not from Marsabit to Trukana. That's really bad.
Also the roads in Marsabit town, like the whole town is
Marsabit town.
Beautiful.
Hey, Marsabit, and the city is well designed.
Marsabit
well planned. Ukiangalia barabara zao, unajua Nairobi hata unapata in some areas within just CBD. Hata kuna potholes alafu hakuna hata place za watu kutembea.
Marsabit
pedestrians wana their paths. Lakini sasa enda huko. Drainage system in Marsabit.
Marsabit.
Those guys are really doing good.
Surprise. Funniest moments. Those guys, they don't care for nothing. makosa ni yeye.
Yeah.
You remember that scene in the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy?
God must be crazy. Hey, yes.
He played that role so perfect.
So